Hello students, welcome back to our English session. Today we are going to discuss about great personalities in Reading B. Every success story is also a story of great failures from the first unit in 10th class. In the previous class we discussed about the lives of a few great people of the world who have many stories of failures behind their success stories and how they could make the failures changed into the stepping stones to their success. Now let's discuss about some more great personalities in the remaining lesson. Now students, open your English textbooks and open the page at 15. Read the second paragraph and identify the difficult words. Now children, note down the glossary of this passage. Beat up, damaged and old. Social Security, people who receive pension by the government when they are unable to work, especially when they are sick or too old to work. Recipe, the way of cooking in different types of food. Estimated, calculated. Now, children, let me read the passage. Colonel Sanders, at age 65, with a beat up car and $100 check from Social Security, realized he had to do something. He remembered his mother's recipe and went out selling. How many doors did he have to knock on before he got his first order? It is estimated that he had knocked on more than 1,000 doors before he got his first order. How many of us quit after 3 tries, 10 tries, 100 tries, and then we say we tried as hard as we could? Now, look at this picture. He is Colonel Sanders. The full name of Sanders is Colonel Harlan David Sanders. He was an American businessman. He was the founder of the Kentucky Fried Chicken chain restaurants in all over the world. Now, children, let me explain the paragraph. Here, Colonel Sanders, at age 65, with a beat up car and a $100 check from Social Security, realized he had to do something. His age was 65. He almost retired. But in this time, and most of the people have retired, and some of the people started thinking about retirement. But this man, at the age of 65, with a damaged car and $100 check, he decided to do something. That's the attitude. So he remembered his mother's recipe and went out selling. Recipe means the way of cooking in different types of food. So this man knew how to cook a special dish and the clear instructions to how to cook and what ingredients to be used in the dish. That recipe is nothing but fried chicken. Nowadays there is no one who doesn't know the KFC. So he prepared the recipe and went out for selling. How many doors did he have to knock on before he got his first order? It is estimated that he had knocked on more than 1,000 doors before he got his first order. Yes, he had to meet almost 1,000 people before he got his first order. This man's success was not an easy. But what do we do? How many of us quit after 3 tries, 10 tries, 100 tries, and then we say we tried as hard as we could? Here we tried 3 times, 10 times, 100 times, and then we said we tried as hard as we could, and finally we leave it. But to Colonel Sanders, it is not a simple thing to get success. He tried more than 1,000 times to get his first order and finally would be succeed. That's the attitude one must possess to get success. Children, according to this passage, what is the quality that this man showed here? Let us see the question. What is the quality that this man showed here? Yes, perseverance. Perseverance means it is an act of trying to achieve something even when there are difficulties. అంటే ఇక్కడ మనకి ఎన్ని సమస్యలు ఉన్నా కూడా మనం అనుకున్నది సాధించే వరకు ప్రయత్నాలు చేస్తూ ఉండడాన్ని పెర్సీవరెన్స్ అంటారు. సో స్టూడెంట్స్, I give some more questions for reading comprehension. So read the following questions and write down the answers in your notebook. Let's read the first question. What does he refer to in the above lines? Why had he knocked on more than 1,000 doors? What quality of the person is reflected? What is the similar meaning of calculated? What would have happened if he had knocked only 100 doors and give up? Now children, let's move on to the next paragraph. Read this para silently and find out the difficult words. Now note down the glossary. Cartoonist, a person who draws cartoons. Rejections, refuses. Editors, who edits a book or newspaper. Talent, natural ability. Minister, priest of a church. Hired, to employ somebody for a short time to do a particular job. Mouse infested shed, a shed full of mice. Inspire, to stimulate somebody to do something, especially creative work or the making of art. Now let me read the passage, children. As a young cartoonist, Walt Disney faced many rejections from newspaper editors who said he had no talent. One day, a minister at a church hired him to draw some cartoons. Disney was working out of a small mouse-infested shed near the church. After seeing a small mouse, he was inspired. That was the start of Mickey Mouse. Successful people don't do great things. They only do small things in a great way. Now, look at this picture. He is Walt Disney. He was an American animator, film producer, director, screenwriter, voice actor, entertainer, international icon and philanthropist. He was well known for his influence in the field of entertainment during the 20th century. He created some of the world's most well-known fictional characters, including Mickey Mouse. Now, let me explain this paragraph. As a young cartoonist, Walt Disney faced many rejections from newspaper editors who said he had no talent. Here, the young cartoonist Disney approached to many newspaper editors and saying that he could draw cartoons, but they all said that he had no talent at all. But he was not confused and he was not disappointed. He tried as much as he could. One day, a minister at a church hired him to draw some cartoons. Here, minister, the priest of the church. Hired means to employ somebody for a short time to do a particular job. Here, the priest said that he would pay something for drawing some cartoons. And Disney started working. And he was working out of a small mouse-infested shed near the church. Here, small mouse-infested shed means the shed full of mice, the plural form of mouse. The shed full of mice. So here he was working in a small shed. There was many mice. Then what happened? After seeing a small mouse, he was inspired. That was the start of Mickey Mouse. He saw a small mouse and he was inspired to looking at that mouse, and the new and exciting character Mickey Mouse came into existence. Children, you know very well nowadays the animation movies are getting more important in the children world. So, this is the starting point of animated movies of Walt Disney in the world. Now, successful people don't do great things, they only do small things in a great way. Yes, the successful people inspired by small things. They put their ideas into actions immediately, even the small things. Everyone could not do great things, but whichever we do that must be in a great way. Whether it may be a small thing, but we have to do it in a great way. Now, children, read the passage clearly, carefully, and write down the answers in your notebook. Let's read the questions. Who faced many rejections from newspaper editors? What was the criticism of the newspaper editors on Walt Disney? Who was Walt Disney? What was the inspiration for the Mickey Mouse? Note down these answers in your notebook and show it to your teachers. Let's move on to the next para. One day, a partially deaf 4-year-old kid came home with a note in his pocket from his teacher. Your Tommy is too stupid to learn. Get him out of the school. His mother read the note and answered, My Tommy is not stupid to learn. I will teach him myself. And that Tommy grew up to be the great Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison had only 3 months of formal schooling and he was partially deaf. Now, let me explain this paragraph. One day, a partially deaf 4-year-old kid. Partially. What does partially mean? Not completely. Partially means not completely. Here, the 4-year-old kid, he is not fully here. The kid was not fully deaf but partially deaf. The partially deaf 4-year-old kid came home with a note in his pocket from his teacher. This boy came home. This boy is Edison. Edison's teacher sent this note. Who sent this note? The Edison's teacher sent this note. And your Tommy is too stupid to learn. Get him out of the school. This note said that the teacher felt that. Here, the teacher felt that the Tommy was not able to learn anything because he was stupid and asked the parents to take the child out of the school. His mother read the note and answered. Whose mother? The Edison's mother. The boy's mother read the note and answered, My Tommy is not stupid to learn. I will teach him myself. Here, but the boy's mother was not disappointed. She said that her Tommy was not stupid to learn. And she said she would teach him herself. And that Tommy grew up to be the great Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison had only 3 months of formal schooling and he was partially deaf. That boy, none other than Thomas Edison. This man was just 3 months of formal schooling and with partially deafness invented the light bulb, which is considered one of the greatest invention of the all time. Children, without the light bulb, we would still be using candles and lanterns like they did many years. But you know, children, he failed approximately 10,000 times when he was working on the light bulb, but ultimately he achieved it. Now look at this. This is Thomas Edison. He was an American inventor and businessman. He invented electric light bulb. He developed many devices that greatly influenced life around the world, including the phonograph also. Now look at this picture. Who is he? He was Henry Ford. He was Henry Ford. He was an American industrialist, the founder of the Ford Motor Company. He did not invent the automobile, but he developed and manufactured the first automobile that many middle class Americans could afford to buy. Here, Henry Ford forgot to put the reverse gear in the first car he made. Here, he forgot to put the reverse gear in the first car. Children, now I ask a question. Did he forget to fix it in a car? No, actually, Henry Ford not think of using a reverse gear. He did not just get the idea. He did not realize that there was a need to include a reverse gear. Did you understand, children? Okay. Now let's read the comprehension questions. What was the disability of Kate mentioned in the above passage? Your Tommy is too stupid. Who made this comment? What is the boy's age? What did Thomas invent, or who invented light bulb? Who was Henry Ford? Now children, read these two passages carefully and write down the answers very clearly in your notebook. Now let's move on. Do you consider these people failures? They succeed in spite of problems, not in the absence of them. But to the outside world, it appears as though they just got lucky. Children, can we call them failures? No, they succeed though they were in problems, not to escape from the problems. Here the successful people succeed though they were in problems, not to escape from the problems. But to the outside world, it appears as though they just got lucky. So, they have become successful with strong determination and willpower. But people don't look at the failures. They only success matters to them. Now, they were not lucky here. It all depends upon their hard work, determination, and perseverance. So, they got succeed. Now let's move on the next para. All success stories are also stories of great failures. The only difference is that every time they failed, they bounced back. This is called failing forward rather than backward. You learn and move forward. Learn from your failure and keep moving. All success stories are stories of great failures. Just we have discussed the life histories of Abraham Lincoln, Lee De Forest, Colonel Sanders, Thomas Edison, Walt Disney, Henry Ford. All these people have faced many failures at the beginning of their career. They have become successful with strong determination and willpower. So the only difference is that every time they failed, they bounced back. The successful people, if they fail, they bounced back. Bounced means to become successful or to become strong again. Every time they failed, they thought they bounced back to become strong. This is called falling forward rather than backward. What is failing forward? Failing forward means to learn from failures and move forward. So here the successful people learn from their failures and they move forward rather than backward. అంటే వాళ్ళు నేర్చుకునేటటువంటి వారు చేసిన తప్పుల నుంచి ఎంతో కొంత నేర్చుకుంటూ ముందుకు వెళ్ళారే తప్ప అక్కడితో వాళ్ళు ఆగిపోలేదు. So we should learn from failures and we should try again and again until we get the success. This is what we need to learn. Did you understand, children? Let's read the next para. In 1914, Thomas Edison, at age 67, lost his factory, which was worth a few $1 million, on fire. It had very little insurance. No longer a young man, Edison watched his lifetime effort go up in the smoke and said, "There is great value in disaster. All our mistakes are burnt up. Thank God we can start anew." In spite of the disaster, 3 weeks later, he invented the phonograph. What an attitude! In the year 1914, Edison lost his factory worth some $1 million in fire accident. Then he was just 67 years old, but he was not disappointed. Generally, if a common man, when his something is burnt up, he is thinking of that for a few days or months. But here, Thomas has no time. When it was burnt up, he said that there is a great value in disaster, and that disaster burnt up all our mistakes. So, this is, we can start we can start again. So, this is the attitude of Edison. And finally, at the age of 67 years, after 3 weeks later, he invented phonograph. Phonograph means a machine which is a record player. That was his positive attitude. Let's move. Below are more examples of the failures of successful people. Here there are few more examples of people who were success after their many failures. Thomas Edison failed approximately 10,000 times when he was working on the light bulb, but ultimately he achieved it. Henry Ford was broke at the age of 40. Ford got much less. At the age of 40, he had no money. He generally, any person saves some money at the age of 40, but he had no money at the age of 40. And Lee Iacocca was fired by Henry Ford too at the age of 54. Now look at this. He was Lee Iacocca. He was an American businessman known for engineering that Ford Mustang and Ford Pinto cars. He was the former chairman of the Chrysler Corporation. He was one of the most famous business people in the world. He is the author of several books including Iacocca. Let's move on. Young Beethoven was told that he had no talent for music, but he gave some of the best music to the world. Here, this is the picture. He was Beethoven. The full name of Beethoven is Ludwig van Beethoven. He was a German composer and pianist. He was a crucial figure in the transition between the classical and romantic eras in Western art music. He remains one of the most famous and influential of all composers. Now, children, according to the life histories of these people, these successful people, not to stop their sincere efforts in the face of failures. So, nowadays, many people usually get disappointed with the failures they face in their life. They stop trying to reach their goals in disappointment and give up their efforts, keeping the incidents of failures. Only a few people do not stop their dedicated efforts till they reach the goal of success, though they repeatedly face failures in life. So, we should not get depressed when we face a failure. We should try again and again until we get the success. People don't look at the failures, they only success matters to them. So, we should become strong determination and willpower. Now, children, Let's read these two paragraphs and identify the difficult words. Now look at the glossary. Setbacks, difficulties, or problems. Inevitable, common or unavoidable. Humility, the quality of not being proud. Grief, sorrow or sadness. Courage, brave. Faith, trust, confidence, belief in somebody or something without logical proof. Victors, winners. Victims, sufferers or losers. Stumbling block, it's a situation that causes difficulty. Now children, let's understand this. Setbacks are inevitable in life. A setback can act as a driving force and also teaches humility. In grief, you will find courage and faith to overcome the setback. We need to learn to become victors, not victims. Fear and doubt short circuit the mind. Ask yourself after every setback, what did I learn from this experience? Only then you will be able to turn a stumbling block into a stepping stone. Here, setbacks are inevitable in life. Setbacks. What are setbacks? Setbacks are difficulties or problems. Anything that stops us from doing something is a setback. So, if setbacks are inevitable, we cannot avoid it. It means it is sure to happen. Difficulties in life are common, they are unavoidable. So, look at here. How can a setback act? A setback can act as a driving force. A setback can act as a driving force. So, driving force means somebody or something that has the power to make something happen. For example, a student is motivated by her or his teacher. The teacher motivates him further so that she can try and achieve something. Now, who do you think is the driving force behind the student's success? Yes, the teacher. Sometimes it can be a person or situations also help us as a driver. And sometimes these setbacks or problems can teach us humility. Humility means this is the quality of not being proud, the opposite of pride. So, a setback can teach us how to be humble but not proud. In grief, you will find courage and faith to overcome the setbacks. Grief. Grief means sorrow or sadness. When you are in sorrow, you will find courage and faith to overcome the failure. So, be courageous, be strong enough to get success, but don't doubt on yourself. If you doubt on yourself, it shortcut your mind. Now, we need to learn to become victors, not victims. What do we need to learn from this? Yes, we need to learn to become winners. Here, victors means winners, not victims. Victims mean victims, sufferers. Victims means sufferers. So, here we need to learn to become winners, but we don't want to be sufferers or losers. Fear and doubt short circuit the mind. So, children, you should have fear and doubt in your mind. If it happens, you will not be able to achieve anything. If you doubt on yourself, it shortcut your mind and it could not produce anything. So, become a victor. Don't have any doubt and believe in setbacks. You have to face them and have a strong desire as well. Now ask yourself after every setback, what did I learn from this experience? Only then you will be able to turn a stumbling block into a stepping stone. Stumbling block means it's a situation that causes difficulty. Here, a situation that stops us from achieving something. But what do we need to do according to the author Shivakara? We need to use the failures as a stepping stones and move forward. Now children, let's read the comprehensive questions. What is a setback? How can a setback act as? What does a setback teach us? Find out the similar meaning of sorrow. How does grief help us? What do we learn from setbacks? What are short circuit the mind? When will a stumbling block become a stepping stone? Why should we ask ourselves, what did I learn from this experience after a setback? Now children, note down the comprehensive questions in your notebook. After complete this work, you will show to your teachers. And the remaining part of the lesson we will be discussed in the next session. Okay, thank you.